And then Venny, one of the most impressive players so far that we've seen on the PS4, scores an impressive goal.
So, first up we have the top spin free kick, and for me personally this is my favourite free kick to add into your FIFA 20 play, and that is because it adds consistency when you're trying to score a direct free kick. You can obviously do the couple free kicks what we're going to go in later on in the video, which sort of look stylish, look good on camera and on game, but the consistency there and the percentage of actually going in won't be as high as the top spin free kick. The top spin free kick is easy to add into your game. All you have to do is flick upwards on the right analog stick, and that will give you the up and over animation into your game. And you know, it works exactly how it works in real life. You know, it's that sort of area just outside the box to the 25 yards, and depending how far out you are is where you aim that reticle. Closer to the goal is closer to the crossbar is what you want to do. If you're slightly further out as into the 25 yard sort of range, you are sort of wanting to put it higher over the crossbar, and you're sort of aiming. If you're on the left, you put it onto the left side of the goal, and if you're on the right, you put it on the right side of the goal. And as I said, for me this is my favourite free kick to add into your game because it just adds consistency when you're going direct, as you see in some of these sort of examples that you'll see on your screen. Very simple to do though. As I mentioned, all you have to do is flick upwards on the right analog stick, and you can obviously add in a couple things into this. It also sort of depends on your sort of run up. You're sort of aiming for the basic normal sort of run up when you're aiming for this. And as you'll see in this free kick, as I quickly pause it there, it came up with a green reticle, and what that actually does, it sort of gives you a time finish. And the way to apply a time finish, if some of you play FIFA 19, you know time finishing was like the main factor really when it came into your shooting. For me, set pieces now is where you need to add that time finishing going into FIFA 20, and that is because it sort of adds consistency. As you see, that was sort of my main word when it came to the top spin free kick. The consistency and the percentage of it actually going in is higher than others, and obviously adding the time finish will give you that higher percent of going in. And what time finishing does, it just makes the connection a lot sweeter. And to actually apply time finish, all you have to do when you're about to connect with the ball, you have to press B or circle depending on the console you play on to get your time finish. And the best time to do it is when you make impact with the ball, and that will give you obviously your time sort of shot. The idea is to time the shot of the impact of when you hit the ball. You can obviously get a red timed, a orangey yellow timed, and also a green time. Green is sort of the aim sort of color you are aiming for, because that will obviously be the best you can do. Now it sounds very basic, but this is the basics what we got to go over when we're talking about the free kits, because they are very simple in the way they are done, but can be utilized in different ways to have a higher percent of going in. So that is the top spin free kick. As I said, it's my favorite free kick in the sort of free kick sort of styles you can do, but we do have some other free kicks we can talk about. Talking about the other free kicks you can add into your game, up next is the knuckleball, and this is one of them ones where I said with the top spin you obviously get a lot of consistency. With the knuckleball, like in real life, you're not going to actually receive that consistency maybe you're looking for when it comes to making sure you're scoring them direct free kicks, but they do look nice for the camera and look good to, you know, show off to your mates that you scored a knuckleball. You know, it is the fancy sort of style of taking free kicks. These modern day footballers such as Gareth Bale, Ronaldo, obviously all do this sort of style of free kick. The way to achieve this is that you sort of aim exactly the same sort of areas as a top spin, but for the motion you are doing, you go down, up, down, and that gives you the knuckleball animation. And for me, I prefer going across goal. As you'll see here, I'm sort of aiming for the far corner rather than trying to get it like the up and over sort of motion into the near post, because the top spin gives me that sort of motion if I want there. But you can sort of pull off some free kicks like this, but for me, I prefer if they move their keeper slightly to the side, I'll use it to go across goal. But you can achieve unbelievable free kicks like this one where you are seeing on your screen. So yeah, that's the knuckleball. Obviously it gives you some nice variations on how you can sort of put into your game, but as I mentioned, the consistency with that free kick, it's not going to come off 80% of the time. When it comes to direct free kicks, you might pull off one maybe every 7 or so, depending obviously the range you're doing it from. Up next, we have the outside of the foot free kick, the TRIVELA style free kick, and this is the Roberto Carlos special. You know, you sort of aim to the left of the wall and then building that outside of foot bend as you see there. This free kick is another one like the knuckleball. It gives you that sort of flair style, the ones that you can show off to your friends that you scored, but as I mentioned with the knuckleball, the percentage of it actually going in is very slim, and a lot of times you're not going to see that much consistency. But when it does pull off, you're obviously going to be able to show off to all your friends that what you've achieved. To be able to achieve this free kick, depending on where you are, if you're on the left side wanting to get the right side curve, you put obviously the circle far left, and then you do a half circle with the right analog stick to the left as well. And that will obviously achieve that outside bend for you guys, and obviously depending on the sort of position of the pitch, you can receive it. If you want to do it on the right side, it's exactly the same as you would do on the left. Aim for the opposite corner and also do the half circle to the opposite corner, and then you'll get that outside foot, and you might be able to score some free kicks like that. And if you can pull that off in game, you know, you can scream as much as you want to your opponent that you've scored an absolute belter of a free kick. Up next, we got the whip free kick, as mentioned about the top spin free kick, that gives you a high percentage chance of actually scoring your goals around the box. This is obviously another one around what you use between the 18 to the 25-yard box, where you achieve a sort of whipped style free kick. You know, the James Ward-Prowse special, what you've seen him score week in and week out, and also you cannot say when you've seen this style of free kick, you know, the David Beckham against Greece sort of style, that is what you're achieving with these free kicks. The way you actually, you know, make this happen in game, depending obviously where you are on the pitch. If you're sort of doing it with a right footer, you either want to be on the right side of the pitch or on the left side, aiming in the middle, depending obviously where you are. If you're on the right, aim far right. If you're in the middle, aim such as this sort of spot. If you're going to do it on the left side, do exactly the same but vice versa. Of course, obviously a right footer will give you a different sort of spin compared to a left footer. So keep that in mind if you're going to try apply this free kick. Obviously, you can score some unbelievable free kicks with this one, but it does obviously come, I would say the percentage of this one actually going in is a lot slimmer than the main free kick itself, of being the up and over top spin free kick, which maybe a few of you don't know. A lot of you might try the knuckleball if you're doing it from 35 yards out. I would say the knuckleball's used best there, but the top spin and the whip free kick is best used around the box, of course, if you're trying to score them direct free kicks. But let me just quickly pause it there and just sort of outro this video. Hopefully this is a good little video for you guys to, you know, pick up on your FIFA skills, on your free kick skills, maybe something you haven't actually looked about and how to improve into your game yet, but this could help a lot of opportunities for scoring them goals around the box. Maybe you don't know where to aim, how to apply certain different spins, and how much power you are aiming for them. Obviously, depending on where you are on the pitch is how much you need to vary. As I mentioned, the top spin free kick, you're aiming about 2 to 2.5. Same with the whip free kick, this one, what you have just seen, and the knuckleballs and the outside of foot, I would say between 3 and 3.5, obviously, because they are the ones what you're trying to do from up further away. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you want to see more FIFA 20 masterclass with myself, stay tuned to the Southampton channels, as we have a lot more content coming for you. Peace.